Hi folks, welcome to Greg's Workshop. I'm Greg, and today I'm going to show you what I built this summer. Right now I'm standing on my back patio. To my right is the shop, which you're familiar with. Other side is the house. Back patio around 24 feet wide, 18 feet deep. It had a cover on it when we bought it. Cover's 20, 30 years old, something like that. It was built with 2x6s, 24-inch centers, with aluminum corrugated roofing. Over time, the 2x6s, due to their span, as well as the excess spacing, started to sag. The roofing started to sag. It leaked. There's water pooling up in here. So this spring, I decided to replace it with this. Let me show you what I did. It's been a few months since I uploaded any videos. For that, I apologize. I've just been spending a lot of time, well, first working on this, then we had some trips and some vacations and things. And do a quick pan here so that you can see the whole patio before we get into the details. Really like this cover. Really happy with how it turned out. We'll start over here with some framing details. 2x6s, 20 feet long to begin with. They actually have a 17-foot span from here to the other side. 12-inch spacing, so twice as strong or twice as close as the old one. 17 feet is still a pretty big span, but I think it'll be all right. Got these 2x4 purlins every 3 feet all the way down to support the roofing. Supporting the edge of the roof itself, I've got these 2x6s. They're doubled up with an air gap in between. And we'll take just a little bit closer look at that gap there. You can see that I notched out the 4x4s so that it would be bearing straight down on that rather than shear on some fastenings. You can also see the hurricane hangers up there. Galvanized, regular old rafter ties, hurricane hangers. I painted them black because I think it looks better. At the bottom of the posts, you'll see that I have also Simpson brackets. Now, if you're an eagle-eyed viewer, you'll know that I probably should have gotten the taller ones with through bolts to provide uplift support. Probably right, probably the right thing to do. I didn't, and I'm okay with it. Reason being that the previous 4x4s that held up the previous roof were actually just sitting right on top of this little pad here with that piece of 1/2-inch pipe sticking up. It held just fine for 20 or 30 years, so I think this will hold up all right as well. Taking a little bit of a step back, I want to talk about this framing here. So originally there was a 4x4 here, 4x4 over there, another one at the far corner, and then we had a 12-foot 4x6 here. It was sagging a good 1.5 inches or so. So I went ahead and split the difference, put in this extra 4x4 post, which I think is a good thing for the strength. Obviously also the double 2x6s. If I need to ever put in a gate or a little fence or something to, keep the chickens out or whatever, I can do that as well. The roofing material, polycarbonate, Sun Tough from Home Depot. Same thing that I use on the chicken coop and the shed. I love the stuff. It's white, it's translucent, lets some light through, but not a lot of heat. Waterproof, got a nice 4-inch overlap here. I use the plastic filler strips because I think they're a lot better than the wood ones. Take a look at the other wall. This is the high end of the roof, just a single slope shed roof. I built this wall, again, originally 4x6 that spanned the whole thing, sagging in the middle, so I added an extra post, split it up into 6-foot sections. Got my cedar fence boards here. Probably should have tightened those up a little bit, but what are you going to do? I can always replace them. Here, I've got the same Sun Tough in frames. These frames actually fold out, and I'll show you how. And just like that, you've got some light, got some airflow. You can see people coming down the driveway if we're waiting for somebody. This one will also open as well. Really kind of helps to open up the feel of this place, make it a lot better. Go mobile here for a minute. You can see it's pretty wet out there. I'm recording this August 31st in the afternoon. We've had a little more than a 1/2 inch of rain today, which is really the first significant rainfall since I built this. And that's kind of why I'm doing the video today. A, I have the time since it's raining, I don't have anything else to do. Also, I want to show how the guttering works. So the old roof didn't have guttering and it would just drip off and make a big divot and a big mess down there. We don't need that. So got a gutter over there, slopes down to that transition in the roof. Gutter keeps going, over to the downspout. You can see a little bit of water dripping out of there. I also added a gutter along the shop or the garage just to keep the water from, again, dripping down. Again, another downspout working well. I'm going to have to add a pipe in there before I pour concrete. Why am I pouring concrete? Well, that space right there used to be shrubs, used to be plants. We got a Traeger. I got a Traeger for Christmas. When you have a Traeger, it needs to be out in the open so the smoke doesn't ruin your roof. So we cleared those out. I've got that space now, and need to put in a concrete pad so that I have a good solid place to grill, barbecue, and smoke. We'll turn our attention to the electrical over here. This conduit over here in the corner was 3/4 of an inch under the old roof. Came up, went over, took a 90, ran along the edge of that rafter, and then just ran right across, my finger in the right place, right across there, and entered the garage right there. So that's the power supply for the entire garage. I went ahead and rerouted it. I upsized the conduit so it's all 1 inch. Put a pull box in up there. You can see as I walk along here, I drilled through every single one of those rafters. Turn a corner at the end, come across over here, and enter there. I think that's a lot cleaner installation. For electrical service out here, I've got a 20 amp, 120 volt circuit. It was existing. I went ahead and disconnected it there and then just sort of reconnected once everything was done. Up at the top here, I've got the GFCI as well as a duplex plug on the right. That duplex is half hotted, so the top and the bottom are switched separately with a switch down here. In that box, you can see there's a duplex, and then the switches for that outlet up top. Right now, it controls all the party lights. And then down at the bottom, we have another outlet, another weatherproof box. Runs like the fan, things like that. Coming out of that junction box, you can see I've got a penetration there to get it to the other side of the rafter. 1/2 inch EMT, again, hidden just as well as I can. Comes out here to a junction box, outlet on that side to run the bug zapper, and it splits off. I've got conduit pretty well hidden up under there, which runs over to the Traeger. And on this post I have 2 more outlets for whatever you might need. Now it's a fairly low roof, and you can see there's about a 5.5 inch height difference right there in the middle. It's really 2 roofs that are sort of freestanding on their own. Reason for that, over here it needs to be high enough to clear that doorway, but if we come out here you can see that eave is really, really low, if you can see it up there. But there's not much room in there. There's really just room for about a 2x6. Over here, similar situation, needs to be up high enough to clear that door into the laundry room and into the house. Need to clean that moss off, man. So with the rainstorm today, I was able to check for leaks. This is really the only one that I found. You can see a little bit of a wet spot down there. Need to figure out flashing for that little spot up there. I'm not quite sure how to do it yet. I'll have to get up there with some flat flashing and some angle flashing, get it figured out. And with any new patio roof comes new furniture. Got a couch, table, a couple ottomans. The ottomans are actually supposed to go with these chairs, but the boys repurposed them for play space. Also got a new patio set and a new griddle that I just got for my employer for an anniversary gift. More on that later. So that's pretty much how I spent my summer. That was my major project for this year, and I think it turned out pretty good. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Do you have a question or maybe something that you want to take a closer look at? Again, leave a comment down below and I can record a short to further explore the topic or the area that you want to see. folks, we've got lots of good stuff coming up for the winter time now that it's cooling off, starting to rain a little bit. Got the new RV, going to be doing some projects on that. Going to be doing some projects for the back porch here, one or two for the house, and also some stuff in the shop. It's going to be a good time. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up for this video. Ring the bell to get notified of new videos, hopefully every week or two coming up here. And I'll see you next time on Greg's Workshop.